Hi everyone. Hello, happy greetings to you wherever you are. This is Jennifer from Personal Power Wellness, coming to you from Dubai, downtown Dubai. And I wanted to make this video today on the topic of uh, what to do exactly to support your health if you're following a supposed like a regime or a healthy diet or an elimination diet because you went to see your naturopathic doctor or your regular doctor and they advised you to avoid some foods or to just maintain a healthy gut microbiome and a healthy intestinal tract. You're doing your best to avoid the junk foods, the packaged foods, the sugary foods, a lot of hydrogenated vegetable oils and combined with refined sugar. So it's that combination of the high fat and the high sugar products. So we want to avoid that. Like, let's say that's your situation. So I struggle with this myself because my brain doesn't like the concept of deprivation and restriction. And the truth is that if you are avoiding some foods because you label them as unhealthy or as foods that will derail your diet, if we call it just the traditional diet, quote unquote, it will derail you. And so you're doing your best to avoid that and to eat in a new way, whatever that is. You have heart disease, and so your doctor told you you have to follow a low-fat diet. Or even if you're keto, that means that you're not having carbohydrates. So that way you would be limited in terms of avoiding carbohydrate-high foods, which is a big portion of a lot of the foods that we see in society. So it's not easy, but it does take consistent effort, daily application. Even if you're a fitness trainer, you could be a PT in a gym and you have to also follow your regime. Either you're paying for a food service preparation service to prepare your meals and deliver them to your doorstep every day, or you have to do the preparation yourself. You still have to follow your own guidelines and your own accepted rules. So what do we do? How can we support ourselves really? And even though we're eventually going to cave in, we are going to feel those moments of weakness. It's not an absolute, it's not a must that you're going to get off your plan. It's not a must that you're too weak and unresolved and undecided. You're not committed enough, and it's not a matter of that. But you can do some things to support yourself so that you can stay more on track. And that's what we're aiming for, just to stay in better alignment and to stay more on track in a way that supports you in a healthy way, not about being in a disordered eating pattern or manner, but just doing what really works for people when they have arthritis or heart disease or cancer even. When you have cancer, you obviously then need to make some radical lifestyle changes, and those often very much do include dietary changes. So you can support yourself, and this is something that I've applied in my life, which really does matter, is your food environment. We end up eating the food that's easily available, that's easily obtainable, whatever you can grab, whatever's in front of your eyes, whatever's on the table that's already pre-washed or pre-cooked, whatever is just out in the open, available. So you could think of that as things that you have on your kitchen counter. So if you want to avoid a food, don't keep it on your kitchen counter. Put it away in a stored package. Even put it in a dark colored bag so you don't just see it when you do open the cupboard or the fridge. You just see a black bag, for instance, or something in a brown paper bag. And that way your brain does not immediately jump into the, oh, yummy, oh, treat food, oh, I want that. Because your brain will always default to preferring the highly palatable, very rich, tasty, high reward foods. Thus, you want to make them less competitive in your food environment. You want to make them less easily obtainable, less accessible, so it's not easy. For instance, if you have to unpack a package of cookies, so like you have your Oreos as an example, and you have them in the house because your kids buy them and they eat them, or your husband or your wife likes them, but you are saying that you don't because you know they have gluten, they have refined sugar, they have partially hydrogenated seed oils, in addition to preservatives and emulsifiers and other chemicals that make it so tasty and rewarding and that have a long shelf life. So if you just keep it out of your sight, you increase the chances that you'll avoid it, that you won't think of it so much because it's just not so apparent in front of your face. It's not yelling out at you, eat me, eat me. So you keep it in a package, in a brown paper bag or something, and you just keep it out of sight. On a higher level, in terms of your house, if you can control your environment, don't bring the foods into the house. Don't keep them at home. Don't buy them to bring a big package into your house. If you're going to buy some kind of a treat food, then buy a small portion. Buy maybe 2 or 1 cookie or 1 piece of whatever. And buy it outdoors and see if you can enjoy it in an outdoor setting. So that way, number one, you're not bringing it into the house necessarily. So that way you're not just fearing that, oh my God, I'm definitely going to eat this, or I'm going to binge on it, or I'm going to begin to crave it if I don't eat the whole thing. You just keep it out of your pristine, kind of more sanitized environment, your safer environment. You keep it in the outdoors, and that way you can experience a different level of moderation perhaps, and you will have maybe a different experience with it, where it's not something you're eating in secret, but you're eating it out in the open because you decided to, and you're going to have whatever portion is appropriate for you in that situation and scenario. That's one idea or one tip. And so, as I mentioned, don't bring it into the house. And this is a saying that I got from Chef AJ, who's a chef. She has her own YouTube channel, and basically, if it's in your house, it's in your mouth. And that is so true, because eventually if you buy it or you have it as a gift and you brought it into your house, even if you store it there for a while, you either are going to eat it at some point, or you're going to throw it away, or you're going to give it away, or you will, yeah, those are the options, right? Give it away, throw it away, or eat it. So it's just a matter of time and the ultimate decision. So you would either decide if you want to throw away something you bought, and then you would probably kind of be like thinking, oh, but I bought it, I paid for it, I'm going to waste money throwing away money. So that's one point that your brain will fight back with. The other point that you're going to struggle with is going to be, oh, but it's my food. It was a gift to me. Like, I want to enjoy it. I want to have a taste of it, because otherwise I wouldn't. And so then you would be in that predicament, bickering with your own self about like not wanting to be deprived, but you want it, it's there, and you don't want to throw it out because it was a gift from someone, and that would just be mean. So these are just some of the conversations and dilemmas that we begin to build in our own head. So you can avoid that, because just know that if the person gave it to you, then they won't necessarily know in your own house what you did with it. So if they don't know, it can't hurt them. And basically it's up to you. It's up to you. Like, if you know that this food item is like so artificial and so fake and so damaging to your gut, to your mindset, to your brain chemistry, to your stomach chemistry and your digestion, if it makes your arthritis flare up, or if you know that this is only contributing to your higher cholesterol, then you would be consciously consuming that food knowing that it's harmful, which might create more issues within yourself. So we don't need that. We can avoid that by just not having the food. We don't buy it. You don't bring it into the house, so you're not struggling with this whole situation in your own head. Then also, on the other hand, you're not kind of doing self-harm by having something that you know is not the best, even though it's not going to kill you right away, but you know that you're going to suffer and be in pain in some way. So you just either throw it out, and that might be, hurtful to the person who gave it to you, but they won't know, and they don't have to know. And you know what? There's there's a niceness in being polite and just being graceful, and expressing thanks if they ask you about how you liked it, and how it was. So basically, you have to just think about what really matters to you, and if the other person will find out, then, and if they won't, then it's not an issue. And then it's just really just you and your own feeling of whether you're restricting or depriving yourself. And then it's just coming back again to yourself. So ultimately, all roads and all paths lead back to you and your own kind of commitment and resolve. But we ignore that, and so that's the real struggle, is basically that we become weakened because we can't be perfect, but we have to just stay on a steady course of balance, of moving forward in a direction that really works for you, that feels good for you, so that you're not living the rest of your life in this constant fight about whether I should or I should not. And it's not easy necessarily. Some people do it totally, like they just abstain 100%. They never have it again. They don't buy it. They don't go there. They don't even go into the cafe to check, like, oh, what do you have? How much does it cost? What are the ingredients? What are the calories? Blah, blah, blah. They know anyway. Like, listen, this is a croissant. It has dairy. It has wheat. It has gluten, probably. It has a lot of fat. So obviously, listen, who am I kidding? Like, it's just you and you. So remind yourself of that, and no one else really knows what's going on in your head. Only you know, and only your body will give you feedback. So that's pretty much it. I mean, this is just my experience, and it's not easy, because you want to be really good, but then there comes that moment of weakness, and if it will come, and it can very well come, because your journey can take years. And it's like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, maybe 3 forward, awesome, and then 2 back. Sometimes we go like 4 steps back, and we just feel so defeated. But we want to avoid that trend of feeling defeated, because this is your life, and it's not worth living that way. Somehow we just need to be aware and bring presence into it, and take it day by day. I can't say, just abstain completely, because I don't know you. I don't know your life and your body and your health situation. And I haven't been able to abstain 100%, to be honest. It's really tricky in my case. And then when I share with other people, which I do like to, they give me their best feedback, and I appreciate that. And it's always, you need balance, you need moderation, you need to relax, let go of so much control and struggle. But to be honest, it feels really hard, because when I do, then I just end up feeling like it doesn't really then matter, and I can just have everything in moderation, or like I should just be easy about it. And then I get confused about that, because then you're just not really doing anything specific. Right? Then it's just like you're just wishy-washy anyway. So I don't want to be wishy-washy, and I do want to be committed. So it's just a matter of day by day, and you can start today if you want. You can just either throw away all the foods that are sabotaging you, or give them away if they're still clean and untouched, or decide to eat them for the final time. Just know that food, if you eat it still, it will be in your nervous system, in your body chemistry, in your memory cells, and you will have remembered that food as of today. And it will be imprinted into your body and into your memory and your neurophysiology, your chemistry, your brain chemistry, and your gut microbiome. And then, if you avoid it, it will take time again to just let those memories and the feelings of craving to pass. So what we have today, we will continue to crave it in the coming 2 weeks. Until then, unless after we have it today, then you avoid it completely, totally cross it out of your life, and you never have it again in the next 2 weeks, then the cravings will begin to diminish, reduce, until you reach a point where you're not really remembering as much or wanting it, just because your brain hasn't been looped in to that repetitive habit of eating and remembering, imprinting it, and then having your body digest it. It takes time for your body to cleanse and detox, as they say, from the substances. So yeah, So that's it for now. I'm going to say goodbye right now, and I hope this helps and uplifts you and supports you in your journey wherever you are as of today. I have no cookie cutter answer to anyone's situation, because I don't have a cookie cutter answer, although I sometimes think I do. But then again, it always leads back to the challenge of aiming to be perfect, and we need to revise that. So go forward, and I hope that anything that I have said really enhances and benefits your mindset and your life experience. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now from Jen at Personal Power Wellness. And happy digestion, and enjoy your food. And remember, if it's in your house, it's in your mouth. So let's make good, healthy, positive, inspired decisions. Bye.